Good morning. Oh, it's a bright, sunshiny day out. I don't know if you can tell behind me, but getting a little later start than I thought. Well, getting a later start than I planned. Just because I was sleeping good this morning. So, pretty quiet out here. Everybody's up. Butch is waiting, telling me to hurry up and quit messing around. Taking too long. Pigs are quiet over there. Butch is impatient. Okay, my video got shut off. I don't know exactly what I did. I probably bumped something with my shaky hands. No, he's not done yet. But anyway, I was saying that I'm gonna have to get over there and get the bachelor pad reconfigured a little bit. We need to do the big pen too. We're reducing the big girls. And got a lot to get done. Gotta get to doing it. This slobbering mess. He don't care. Usually Pearl's out here waiting to try to wash his face. Oh, it's entertaining to watch this guy eat. You gotta be ready though. Sometimes he pulls on it. I think what happens is he collapses that nipple. And oh, there's Pearl wanting to clean his face off. Come on, buddy, you got just a little bit more. See? Say good morning, Pearl. I think he gets to drinking so fast that it chokes him up a little bit. All right, hold on. Pearl trying to wash his face for him. He don't care for it. He just wants more milk. All right, so over here and take a look at the egg crew. I tell you, and I've mentioned it a few on the other videos, I am really disappointed in these new chickens I bought. They are not working out at all. Look at there, blackberry blooms. Woohoo! Hopefully I'll have some blackberries. Anyway, these new chickens just are not working out. That's not a new one. It's supposed to be an Australorp hen. There's the walking boss. He's supposed to be an Australorp. And I can't remember what these others are layers. But I should have 8 of them. So there's 9. Yeah, I think it's 9 of these. These are the originals. And then we've got the others. Just like I said, disappointed. That one looks like she's healing up a little bit, starting to get feathers back. But they've integrated fairly well. The walking boss, he don't care. He's happy with all of them, but the girls aren't so happy with them. But I don't know. There's just a lot of, from these guys, them just sitting around, not doing much. And as I say that, they get active. But anyway, that's good. Maybe they're going to prove me wrong. But as far as we can tell, they haven't started laying yet. We had 10 chickens, 10 hens. Had 11 counting the walking boss, but he don't lay eggs. He's here for protection and reproduction if we decide to start hatching eggs. Which I'm thinking that's probably what we need to do, is hatch some more out of our originals here, because these are we're laying machines. I mean, out of the 10 of them here we've got, these red ones we've got 9 now, but counting the black one we got 10 layers, and they're laying at 70% just constantly. Every once in a while we'll get 80%. And they never stopped laying during the winter. They slowed down a little bit in the winter, but as far as I can tell, these guys haven't laid an egg for us yet. And they were supposed to be laying. So, not real happy about that. Yep, walking boss got to put his 2 cents worth in. Anyway, that's the egg crew today. Need to get these guys motivated, figure out what their problem is. We put a little bit of electrolytes in the water, hoping that would do something, but looks like some of them are starting to grow feathers back. So maybe once they get that done, they'll be laying. But he's over here eating the grass seeds. So, all right. We'll go in and feed me now. Get the number 1 farmhand up and around and get on some work today. I mean, after all, it is a Monday. Yay. Mondays aren't so bad anymore. And it got to the point with me, maybe this is too much and nobody cares, but it had gotten to the point with me that starting about 4 or 5 o'clock on Sunday, I started just getting in a bad mood, because I knew, a weekend was over and it's going to have to go back to work, to go back into that room with no windows, just that constant drone of machinery. I don't know, it just wasn't what I looked forward to every week. So, and then Monday mornings were just, horrible to drag myself up out of bed. Now, I had trouble this morning, but it wasn't because it was Monday. It's because I was sleeping good. This is one of Rhonda's. This is, I think, the only surviving rose bush of Rhonda's. Need to get a trellis made for it or bought or something. I'm pretty sure this can't be more than the second time it's bloomed, and it's never bloomed like this. So, y'all, a little something different to look at. I'm gonna get this tree trimmed up here a little bit. Oh, these Bradford pears. I mean, they're great shade. I love the shade off of them. These were pretty small trees when we moved here. And we trimmed this thing up last year, and it's made a world of difference. It's growing taller. I can get under it to mow. Of course, there's not much to mow there, but this was another tiny tree. Got to get all them little suckers cut off of it there at the bottom. But this brings us to our #1 project for today. Getting this mess cleaned up. It was a little spooky for a while, but you know, it's down. Ain't nothing spooky left here. Make us a little firewood. I don't know how good a firewood, but it'd be nice to be able to mow under it without tearing my head off. So, okay. Well, I'm gonna stop this video here with you looking at this mess and go get that breakfast I was talking about. Later. Oh man. Alright. Note to self. When you go to buy oyster shell so that you can supplement some calcium into your chicken's diet, make sure you're getting oyster shell. Me and Ethan went to Tractor Supply last week specifically to buy oyster shell. And I thought I was getting a deal. Found a bag of oyster shell, which was what I wanted. And then I saw this bag. And I did not read correctly. And turns out it is not oyster shell. It is some organic chicken feed, which I do not feed organic generally. Not that I have anything against it other than the price. But and I don't usually feed crumbles because crumbles seems to get wasted more. But these girls think it's a good idea right now, so see them. So anyway, Rhonda don't have to feed chickens tonight, and I still need to get oyster shell. Imagine that. So remember, make sure you read the packaging. Now this says it's calcium fortified. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not what I wanted. It's not what I went after. It's not what I told the pig wrangler extraordinaire I was going to get. So, that's what happens when you get to thinking more about saving money. I mean, I looked at a 5-pound bag of oyster shell, and I don't remember what it was, but this was a 5-pound bag. And yeah, we looked at that package and it said it was 10 pounds, and it was considerably less than twice the money of the 5-pound bag, which the 5-pound bag was actually, I don't know, I'm trying to show you something and I got the camera flipped around wrong. But anyway, so the 5-pound bag, this 10-pound bag was about $2 less than what would have been twice the price of the oyster shell, the 5-pound bag. So I'm thinking, hey, that's a good deal, you know, because usually when you buy more, you get a little cheaper per bag or whatever. So, but like I said, note to self: when you buy oyster shell, make sure you're buying oyster shell. So that's one mistake for the day. But the chickens seem to like it, so and I'm sure they'll eat it. And the reason, for anybody that doesn't know, that I'm feeding oyster shell is that it's a good source of calcium. You can, and that will make your egg shells stronger. Ours is getting a little thin, so, and the egg shells are made out of calcium. Plus, you know, if you're not careful on some of your more production breeds, then if you don't feed them some kind of calcium, and I like to feed free choice, so that if they want some, they can go get some. But if they don't, they're not eating it, because, you know, they can get too much calcium, and you don't want that either. You know, they need calcium for their bones and stuff. And if you're wondering what I'm doing here, I am reconfiguring this Premier 1 fence so I can get them a little newer area too. And sometimes it sticks really, really good. So, flip it around here. Yeah, I gotta see chickens. So, I'm pulling these posts up. And this is just, you know, what I do. I need 2 hands for this one. Alright, got it. To make small moves at a time. You know, I just brought one corner in, and then I'll just move these down here until I get them on some new grass. And some of those are sticking pretty good. It's about time for us to make a big move. But I just figured this morning, got other things to do. Give the #1 farmhand a little time to wrap his head around having work to do. I would go ahead and do this. Ah, there it went. That one was tough. You know, these are great. I love this Premier 1 fence netting. And I didn't know anybody else made anything like this. So there's other brands out there I've since found. But see, these girls know what's going on. So they're over here trying to be ready when it opens up. Might get them on some new ground here. We're gonna have to do the same thing for Butch here in a little bit and see how he likes it. So we step back. I don't know, I had something going on there. I don't know what it was. But anyway, we're at the corner, and we'll move this one down, and we'll be able to move some of them others from go that way with it. So there's definitely a pecking order here. My fence bowed the wrong way on me. And like I said, I like this Premier 1 fencing. It can get a little aggravating, you know, because it gets held up on the weeds and stuff. The wind definitely will work against you with this stuff, so you kind of got to be prepared for that. But here we go. We opened up some new grass. And he'll be over here in it shortly. It's not a very big opening or a very big area. I don't know what you want to call it, but it gives them a little bit more. And it only takes a few minutes. It takes less time if I'm not trying to record stuff in the process. Well, that one's in there. So, there it went. See, you got them a little square there that they haven't been on yet. And it's not like my grass needs it, but, you know, if you've got some place that, and we're going to leave this right here this way, get Rhonda's rooster chasing stick out of the way. Push that down there a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there because right there's our charger. And that's the unit that powers the whole thing. And, you know, some stuff I can do over there to move this side, but have more pressing things to do. See, they found it. There's one there enjoying some clover. And, it's interesting, they don't eat much of that grass seed. But, you know, as I was saying, and I don't think I finished my thought there, if you've got an area that the grass don't grow too good on, you can put chickens on it like this, and don't leave them too long or you'll get bare spots. They'll do that. I mean, that's under their shade tree. They've made them some dusting areas. So, turn the fence back on here. Yeah, it's flashing green. And see, look, they like it. The walking boss has called them all over, and they're on it. Seems they like the clover. But yeah, put chickens on there for a little bit. They'll fertilize it. They'll scratch it up a little bit, and your grass will come back in thicker. So that's enough of that. I got to get busy and get some real work done. Okay, we got the easy part done. Get this all cut up. Well, got that big chunk to cut. There's a few other pieces we'll have to cut in here so we get them unburied. But get them thrown on the truck there, much as we can, and go from there. We got all kinds of new life around here. Anybody need a baby kitty? Let us know. We got a few. I think there's that many more somewhere around here. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna wrap this up. We'll go feed Butch, and maybe we'll get some video of the new babies. It's been a couple of days. It's well done being a new mom. I haven't been getting in there any more than I had to, especially after the debacle the first day they were alive. It's another one of them learning moments. Oh yeah, I gotta go get video of this. I can see them out there. She's got them out in the sunshine. Well, we can get a good look at them. Old Butch isn't gonna be happy with me. his dinner's gonna be a little late. But yeah, all out. Oh, I stepped in a hole. Woo! That'll make the knee bend the wrong direction. Yeah, noisy Timmy. They're all wanting to eat. Mom's like, no, I want to sleep. You little heathens, behave. I'll switch it around now. There we go. Yeah, it's switched. Okay. There they are. Here with Mom. Yeah. I don't know how well I'm done recording this, because I can't see anything. There they are. Moved on me. Yeah. Apparently this girl wants to be on YouTube. Oh, and there's one something to eat. Yeah. Okay, let me see. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Yeah, we're still 8. I said we only had 7 left, but there's 8 of them. Yep. Of course, we lost what I considered to be the best looking ones, but anyway. That's them. And these guys seem to be doing all right. So, that's Timmy you hear over there. She thinks she's supposed to be fed every time somebody comes out here. This girl's got an appointment June the 30th. They're going to be a lot of fun to watch here in a few more weeks. It's amazing how quick they get up and around. And they're moving. So, woo! Fence is working. Yeah, but a little guilt got a little close. So yeah, that's me. Alright, we're going to go over here and get old Butch fed. And we'll call it a day. Wasn't an extremely productive day. Oh man. We got the stuff that's big enough to make wood out of cut up. And I decided that I would rather get that all chipped up rather than pile it on the truck and haul it out back and just let it rot back there. I mean, that's what's going to happen to it. But if I chip it up, then I can use it for, you know, bedding in the pig houses and mulch around my plants. So, you know, it'd be much more useful to me. I want to switch. Let y'all watch Butch. He's full of it this afternoon. Hope this is a good video because I can't see anything. I think it is. So I spent the afternoon looking for places that might rent a wood chipper and checking prices on wood chippers. And what I'd like to have is a PTO powered chipper. That way I can just hook it to the back of the tractor and go. You know, I can it'd just be easier to move around, I think. But in all honesty, it's not much more expensive. You wouldn't think it would be as expensive, but it is more expensive. I'm about to lose this fight here. He's too excited. It's hard to believe that's the same calf we brought in here almost 2 months ago. He's growing good. I think I mentioned before, I don't have a clue what breed he is, but sure got a lot of red in him. And his face reminds me of a buffalo, but you know, pretty sure he's not a buffalo or even a buffalo cross. His shoulders just aren't wide enough. He's a good looking character. Some of the brown I'm seeing on his face there below his eyes and down on his, between his legs there, kind of makes me think Highland, but it's not long enough for one of them. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. I mean, like about everything here, he's got a appointment ahead of him. Rhonda was talking about that last night. She's not sure if she's going to really like that. But she has kept her distance from him as much as she can. Well, he's been growing because she doesn't want to get too attached to him. Because, you know, she likes to eat a steak once in a while. Personally, I prefer a hamburger over a steak most times, but that's me. Okay. All gone, buddy. I think he just eats too fast. Maybe you can see that brown down there now I was talking about. But anyway, say hi, Butch. So, and I'm back. Yeah. Well, Well Done decided she's going to lay over so her babies can feed. Well, she's moving now. She's getting up. Tell you, I wish we hadn't had the debacle with the boars the other morning so we could have just seen how, if we could have raised all of them. I mean, we've got to get better on our loss ratios. And we're going to. There's a couple of the big ones over there, or one of the big ones for sure that's going away because she's just not a good mama. But you can see him trying to eat. Got one off over there being adventurous. I can find it. There it is. He's over there peeing in a mud puddle. So we got one boar. Now I got one little boar. I don't know how many of these others are, but I know that one over there is. Yeah, that little guy is definitely a little guy. Here he comes back to mom. Yeah. They're all piling, trying to get in the same spot. The little boy's just over there peeing. He's just plumb over top of everything. No, that wasn't him. There he is coming in the back. I think we're going to do all right now. I think she's got it. Out here the other day, I heard her she was getting ready to lay down, and them pigs was running around in her legs, and she started kind of grunting at them, and they all got on one side, and she laid to the other side. So I'm thinking she's gonna be a pretty good mom. Whoops. Got zoomed in way too much now. Okay. Get this wrapped up. Anyway, I still haven't found me a wood chipper yet. Put it out on Facebook, wondering if anybody had one they'd be interested in loaning or renting. And so Rhonda posted the same thing, and her friend that lives down in Houston, I don't know if I can use her name or not, but anyway, she said, you got one. It's called Ethan, which is the #1 farmhand. I don't think he knows about that yet, but he's not going to agree to that. He's getting to be some pretty good help. I appreciate him a lot. Anyway, as much as y'all would really like to keep looking at my pretty face. Yeah, that's a joke, I know. Ain't nothing about me pretty, but that's fine. I'm like Popeye, I am who I am, to paraphrase. So, anyway, I need to go over here and get my truck parked better so Rhonda can get in and out. So we'll get this video wrapped up here. Okay, as is always the case, let's look out for each other, help each other when we can, and let's pray for each other, because it seems that just something crazier comes out every day, and it's crazy. Something I heard today, I know, I should have been where I stopped, huh? But anyway, something I heard today that, and I need to go investigate, so don't take this as the gospel, chiseled in stone and all of that, but there's only 10 weeks worth of wheat and flour in the system right now in the United States. If it's a rumor as far as I'm concerned, but if it is true, that's pitiful. I mean, it makes me sad, on so many levels, just because, we depend on that. And how did we get here? Really, how did we get here? Folks, there's some tough times coming if half of what I hear is going to happen, does happen, if just half of it, we're in for some tough times. I've noticed over the last 3 years probably, and it's been growing. The pandemic sped it up some. A lot more people are doing what I'm doing. Mostly more successful too. But they're growing their own food however they can. I mean, and there's a way. There is a way. It's growing. And I know more people that wish they could, but can't for whatever reason. Whether it be health or their living arrangement, whatever. But while I'm talking, I should be doing something here. But, you know, yeah, there's a lot of dead air there, huh? And like I said, this I don't know, the word that comes to mind is homesteading movement. That's not a word, that's two words. But anyway, I'm a little reluctant to use that. Now, the homesteading community is most definitely growing. I mean, and it's funny. I kind of grew up, my folks, I guess, were ahead of the curve. I don't know. They were doing this back in the 70s. You know, what people call homesteading now. I've mentioned it before. Every spring they go out and buy 100 chickens, 100 baby chickens, raise them up, process them. We had a milk cow, had as many as 25 pigs on the place. Now, you know, we didn't eat that many pigs, but Dad would sell them. You know, Dad worked construction back in the 70s. Didn't pay so awful good, and had a lot of downtime due to weather. So, you know, but we ate good. I've told that story before. You know, we'd have usually a calf every year, and sometimes he would, you know, he had there for a while he had a farm friend he worked with that he would go help him, and, you know, that's where we got our last milk cow at. Dang, I don't know if y'all heard that or not. I don't know, that was thunder or somebody's meth lab blew up. But anyway, they put out a huge garden. I mean, huge. It was probably, I don't know, 25 yards wide, 50 yards long. It was big. They canned. You know, we had laying chickens as well as the meat birds. You know, at one time, Mom sold enough milk and eggs that she didn't have to have a job. She stayed home, sold milk and eggs, took care of the kids. And, you know, we got by. We didn't have much money. You know, we didn't have the cool clothes and the cool toys, but we ate good. I mean, if you see all of me, you know I eat good. And, you know, I ate good back then too. So, it's a movement that's growing. But still, it comes back around to what started this part of this conversation, or this, my rant, I guess. But there's no reason, not one reason in the world, that this country can't grow its own food. I mean, seriously. I mean, I mentioned it before. I can drive, you know, probably 5 minutes in about any direction and come across some land that's not used for anything. You know, and I'm sitting right here looking across the road, and anyway, I'm looking over there, and you can see the barns, you know, over there. Then you see those trees. That's probably a couple acres in them trees. And there's no hog operation over there. And I don't know how many hogs the man raised, but at one time, the guy that owned the piece of property I live on, the property to the north of me, and that across the road there. But they've got if you look under the trees, you can't tell it very well, but over there they got some corn planted. I mean, that's a pretty good sized field, and on up to the north there's corn, but behind those barns over there, there's probably 10 acres in there that's doing nothing. I mean, just doing nothing. You know, I would, if I could, and I probably could, but I'm not sure I could afford to. I'd see about talking to the guy that owns that land, because the guy that owns it don't farm it. He just leases the land out, to farmers. And I'd like to run pigs over there. It would do him good, do me good. But I don't, like I said, I may explore that later. But it's not being used, and that's my point. It's just not being used. Of course, you could say it's being used, not to show you the neighbor's house, but the land in between us is a hayfield. That's theirs, mostly. I own part of it, just past that little tree between. You look between my house there and that cedar tree. You can tell where I quit mowing there. That's the edge of my property on that side. And that's a hayfield. So, it is used for something. The guy that gets the hay off of it, he raises a few cows up the road a little ways to the north here. But my neighbors to the north, there's a hay field on their place, and then they run, I think, 4 cows and 2 horses over there, 3 horses over there. But and that's it. That's all that's on that property. Now, he's talked to me about buying pigs, but he hadn't got around to it yet. I guess his bacon hadn't got high enough yet. So, plus everybody's scared of pigs. Oh, here I go. Not wrapping this video up at all, am I? It's going to be a long one. So, I think he's just afraid of pigs, how much work they are. And they can be a lot of work. They've been a lot of work for me at times. But I've got my system to a point where they're not more work. It's not exactly where I want it yet, but it will be. But anyway, point is, all that rambling and ranting, and here's the point. There's no reason that we should be 10 weeks of being out of wheat for whatever it gets used for. I mean, it's not right. And why are we, never mind. I'm going to wrap this video up and catch y'all later.